everyone, welcome back to Blues Fans TV. I am Sophie Rose. It is amazing to be back on your screens. I'm so happy, and thanks to all the boys, they're doing an amazing job. Yeah, let's get into the video. Unfortunately, it's not going to be a happy video. I wish it was, everybody, but you know, sometimes we just need to give criticism when it's due, constructive criticism all the while, but yeah, we have a right to be angry, and I was furious watching that game, especially to concede in the last minute of injury time, like horrendous. Anyway, so let's get into it then. In at number one, I'm going to go Havertz lack of form. I have no idea why Frank still continues to play him. He's really not done well since he's been here. I know it takes players a while to settle in, but we are now in December. I would expect, you know, this is Chelsea. We've actually given him a lot more time than what a lot of managers do. I think if he was under the management of the likes of Mourinho or Klopp, that he would have been dropped a lot sooner. His performance hasn't matched his price tag, although I think there are other players that had a bad game yesterday. I don't even think Kante performed very well. You know, I think he made a couple of good tackles where he's doing what he's doing and he's getting the ball back off the opponent. But otherwise, I thought he was very sloppy. I thought he did give the ball away. I thought he was all over the place. I don't think that's the Kante that we all know and love. I think I've seen him perform far better. And, you know, there's always little bits that are coming in that just aren't fitting together. But for me, the only reason I can think of as why Frank is still playing Havertz is because we did spend so much money on him and he's trying to give him time to settle in and perform. We haven't seen that yet. There's nothing for me to say that the likes of Kovacic or Gilmour shouldn't have his place, even though Gilmour is a lot younger, a lot more inexperienced. For me, I would have much preferred him to be on the pitch yesterday. I think Havertz is a waste of a position at the moment. I think unless he's going to be dropped, he's never ever going to perform as well as he should do. And I think Frank's given him enough time. I think he now needs to be way more strict and just be a bit more cutthroat with the players, because I think a lot of them, although it helps Frank being that sort of you know, role model manager where he's been a player, he understands how they think and how they feel. You also need to have a little bit more aggression in you and show that, you know, if you're not going to perform well, you are going to be dropped. He's done that with Tammy. I have no idea why he isn't doing that with Havertz. That's crazy to me. Havertz has time. He needs to be dropped. Play him in a few non-league games and let's see how he does there. And if he continues to perform well, a bit like Giroud. You know, he only gained his place in the Premier League by scoring goals elsewhere. Why is it any different for him? That's crazy to me. So yeah, he needs to be dropped, and he needs to be dropped right away. In at number two then, I am going to go with Werner. Now, this is a hard one for me. A lot of people are saying they want to see him play straight down the middle. Obviously, for me at the moment, I wouldn't be happy to do that, purely because I think Giroud has well earned his place, you know, in that front four position. I think he is the only one giving us goals at the moment, quite clearly. I think he's well, you know, in his prime, he's definitely one of our best players. And I think he's just had a really tough time over the last few years, us deciding whether he is a substitute player, whether he is a player to come on and make an impact at the end of the game, or if he has what it takes to start. I think he does. I think he's proving that. I think he's on form. I don't think you should drop a player or move him out of position when he's doing so well. The other thing there is that we have a lot of players out injured. You know, we don't have Callum Hudson-Odoi. We don't have Ziyech. Ziyech, I think, has been one of our you know, best signings. However, he's been injured half the time. So that's obviously, again, not something that's worked in our favour. But to move Giroud out of his position to try and accommodate Werner, who's not performing as well as what he should do, bear in mind, he has scored a few good goals, and you can always see he's trying. I don't see that with Havertz. I can always see that he's trying, Werner, but I think, again, he might need to be dropped until we see what we paid for. So, you know, our signings just aren't really up to scratch at the moment. And yeah, you know, I'm really disappointed. In at number three then, I'm going to go with Frank's substitutions. Oh my. You know, I think Frank needs to be a little bit better at making quicker substitutions. I think he waits a bit too long. I was happy that he subbed Havertz off in the second half. But I don't think he should have been on the pitch in the first place. I don't know what you guys think. I don't want to blame it all on Frank, because I think Frank has got a half decent layout. I just think in his head, when we made all these signs, when we spent all this money, he was expecting them to perform a lot better. And now that they're not, do we go back to square one and start using the kids again? Or do we try our hardest and sort of figure this out? I mean, if you look at his face when that 95th minute goal went in from Wolves, he reminded me of, you know, when you're a kid and you've done something really, really bad, but there's other kids around, other parents around, so your dad or your mum are just going to look at you with that look of absolute effing disgrace, but they're not going to say anything to you right then. They're going to wait until they get back home, until the dressing room, to literally go mental. That was the look in his face. It was disappointment. It was anger. It was, how could you let the game go at the last minute? And yeah, I think, like I said earlier, he needs to be a bit more aggressive. He needs to be a bit more, decisive. He needs to be making these quick, short decisions that can really, really make an impact and change the game. And I don't feel like we did that with Wolves. And in number 5 then, and my last and final point, I'm going to go with our lack of creation in the final third. Sort of ties in with the other points. We don't really make much space for ourselves in the box. We all sort of all crowd together. Wolves were very easy. They can defend against us very easily. We don't really cause them any problems. Like I said, Zuma's sort of leap in the air was like, and hitting the post was sort of, a bit of a shame really. And, bad luck, I suppose. But he's a very, very tall player. We should be using our initiative to try and make space, try and trick their defenders, to get in behind them, to be able to score that goal. And I don't see that. I see Wolves defending very well. We're not causing them any issues in that final third. They know exactly, we're very predictable. And I think if they're going to watch our play before the game, they're going to know exactly how to defend against us. And we're very lucky that we've got a striker like Giroud at the moment who's sort of on form, because the rest of our players aren't, and they're too easy to figure out. So we need to sort out that sort of final third area. We've spent enough money in that area, because we have no problem getting the ball into the box. But I am never ever confident that we're going to score a goal, and that for me is a major problem. So there you have it, guys. Those are the 5 reasons why I believe we lost yesterday. Please let me know your thoughts on Havertz. Obviously, I think at the moment it's a major talking point because of the amount of money that we spent on him. Not to say that some of our other signings are performing, 100%. But this one, I think, for us was the most excited that we were about a player coming. He was the one that we really, really wanted to sign for us. We were so happy that the board finally made it happen, and let's be honest, at the moment it's a bit of a flop. So comment below, let me know what you think on the Havertz situation, and if you would like to change up Werner's position, and who you think we should move around, or who you think we should drop in order for that to happen. Anyway, guys, comment below, let me know your thoughts, and yeah, I hope the next time we're talking to each other is going to be a win and 3 points, because I'm sure us, as well as Frank, are getting very, very annoyed and very, very short-tempered with this whole situation. Anyway, comment below, guys, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and of course subscribe and support us always.